Thanks for joining us to our discussion today. Today we're going to talk about Plan Melbourne and their impact on residential. So I'm Sinjan. I'm the planner for this discussion, and there's Ken, he's the economist and the representative of the community, and there's Joanna, the developer. We'll start from the economist.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Sinjan. I'm here to represent as an economist. Our topic is about urban renewal in Docklands and its impact to residential markets on growing population. On this topic, we can see population in Docklands now is about 11,000, but after urban renewal, it is estimated population will be 5 times more to 56,000 by 2050. At the same time, it may affect the residential markets in Docklands. There are many factors that impact housing affordability. Rapid population growth is arguably the largest contributor to Australian housing being among the most expensive in the world. Housing function like almost all other markets in that demand and supply determine the price. Rapid population growth is a continual boost to the demand for housing. The supply of housing has struggled to keep pace with demand growth, as evidenced by rents and house price rising much faster than inflation for several decades. As we know, more than 30% of population is immigrant. One of the solutions I suggest is to reduce the migration intake like the government policies, which can make housing more affordable. The basics law of demand and supply would then see rents and house price fall as the number of vacant property increase. Slowing the rate of population growth would have a secondary impact on prices as the cost of building would fall as the stretched capacity in the construction industry return to the normal level. Now I would like to introduce our planner, Sinjan.
Yep. So there's a growing concern of lack of housing as a result of rising population in Melbourne, especially in the Indo-Metro region. Melbourne being a popular spot, providing various housing choices in locations that have close proximity to public transports. Housing choices accommodate residents to their jobs, especially those who are working in the inner metro region, students, and even families. So Plan Melbourne has developed strategies to achieve several outcomes, and among the outcomes is to provide housing choices in locations close to jobs and services. The data shows that 35 years from 2017, Melbourne will be in demand for at least 1.6 million of homes, and inner metro region being a high density region, more residential space is required to accommodate them. Today we look at one of the direction within the projected outcome, which is to deliver more housing closer to jobs and public transports. Few ways to achieve that is to facilitate well-designed, high-density residential developments that support a vibrant public realm in the CBD. We can do this through a renewal of major central city urban precincts. And through the urban renewal, we believe that the redevelopment will provide greater diversity of housing stock in the area. Among all other urban renewals, today we are looking at the major activity center within Melbourne Central City, which is Docklands, Melbourne. Docklands have been undergoing urbanization since the 1990s. It has a total project area of 190 hectares, including public spaces, water, and land. Many offices, retail precincts, and residential apartments already had been built and accommodating residents in Docklands now. The City Council of Melbourne has worked alongside with Development Victoria to redevelop and explore potential developments in Docklands to create a better community and engage neighborhood as a product. On the residential spectrum, the development of Docklands hopes to create the following outcomes upon completion in 2025. Is to have home to 13,000 residents and 73,000 workers, and at least 10,000 apartments completed or under construction. The renewal of Docklands focus on building a new community in the city fringe, comprising of residential, retail, commercial, and leisure precincts that emphasize public realm in its Docklands public realm plan. With Docklands situated within the Richmond to Docklands Priority Precinct, it has a strategic placing, providing them a convenience to public transports such as trams and train stations. As of today, there's many high-density apartments being built and now accommodating residents in Docklands, New Quay, the District Docklands, and even Dockland Harbour. And to conclude, with the implementation of the Plan Melbourne on urban renewals, we do believe that the strategy will impose a positive reaction on both residential and commercial market in Docklands. And Joanna, as a developer, is there any view from this point?
Yeah, I got some. So as a property developer, we see the action of Richmond to Dockland Priority Precinct as a potential investment. As the report by PA stated that there will be more job for more people on completion. Our job as a developer is our action to provide home for those who are coming in for the job. The Richmond to Dockland Priority Precinct itself sits near the Dockland Urban Renewal Zone, where on completion it will provide 80,000 to 100,000 jobs to the Dockland Renewal Zone. Also report by City of Melbourne states that residents in Dockland by 2025 will increase up to 20,000. In order to cope with the increasing population in the future, we need to ensure that there is enough house for those. The limitation Dockland has its small area and largest population, so detached homes are not considered to be a good option here. As developing detached home will only increase the housing price, leading to lower housing affordability, which isn't the outcome VPA would want. So the way to solve this is to develop medium to high density housing. Multi-level apartment is a good example. Due to the increasing population, it will not create an event of surplus of supply or high price. As more residential building being built, more retail has to be built as well. The way to mix both residential and commercial in one world will be commercial-free and mixed-well zone. This way, we could bring Dockland to its maximum potential. People may concern with whether the implementation of Richmond Dockland Precinct may rise the surrounding housing price. In fact, it will not. Two suburbs still sit next to the precinct. St Kilda and Dockland did not show much of increase. At 2017, when this precinct was first introduced, the price for units in St Kilda is at 500,000 and 590,000 for Dockland. As of now, the unit's price is 540,000 and 610,000 respectively. As can be seen, there isn't much of a difference, even though the precinct is in effect. Also, the new development would be mostly apartment. It is much more affordable, comparing it with a detached house, and also giving people much more choice to choose from. As a developer, we can make sure the new apartment built with the precinct will close to amenities, transport, and retail, and will be sure the medium to high density house will be developed at a rate similar to the population growth, making sure everyone will be able to buy their own home affordably. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. And at the community aspect, would you give us a point of view again?
Yes. As part of the community, I agree with the three of the members above. Although urban renewal has some side effects like population growth, rising housing prices, but mostly it is good for the community. It creates more local jobs, promotes the introduction of new housing products, and offers resources for reinforcement in established neighborhoods, and eliminates hazards and conditions that undermine the integrity and safety of the community. Also, it provides upgraded and needed infrastructure for our future generation. That's all.
Yep, thank you.